What's up there, Metal Summoners? It is so great to see you guys as always, and we're having a little bit of fun on a Tuesday night. We're not quite on our same bat time or our same bat channel, but that's not going to stop the Metal Summit from having a little bit of fun, talking about great things, talking about new albums, which is going to be a main topic of conversation right now, and everything in between. So we are really, really stoked to be joined by some alumni of the show. We're really stoked to have Dystopica right back with us. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk great things again. Band, Dystopica, Becky, Christian, welcome. Rob, great to see you again as well. Welcome back to the Metal Summit. It's a pleasure to have you guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely, for sure. So Becky, of course, Rob, welcome back, and Christian, you're new to the soiree.
Here I am. We're doing it. We're killing it. We're having a great time.
Absolutely, for sure. So why don't we start off with that to have a little bit of fun to start us off. So Christian, we didn't have you with the band at the time that they were back on before, but that's not going to stop you from talking about how you got into the band now. So let's talk a little bit about it. Welcome to Dystopica as well.
Absolutely.
Dystopica. Sorry, I am the worst at pronouncing
That's
everything.
okay.
That's all right. But honestly, the first time I read it, same thing. Joining the band, great experience. I joined back, guess it was June of last year, or July, somewhere in there. It's so hazy at this point. You know, we're playing so many shows. We're having so much fun. Time flies when you're having a good time, right? So I joined the band. I actually met the band. I was doing sound at Toad's place up in the lily pad. My band was playing a show, the same show, same night, and I did sound for Dystopica. And the song Can't Look Away This Time immediately it was like an earworm stuck in my head immediately. So I learned it immediately. Months later, Becky had messaged and reached out to me about a vacancy in the drummer position and that there was going to be a couple of shows. So I was going to do some fill-in work. Came to do some fill-in work, and then we're vibing a lot from there, and we made some stuff happen. Now we're putting out tons of music. We're creating a lot. We're having a great time doing it.
That's awesome, man. Absolutely. When it came to their sound, what was it that drew you to them?
You know, there's so many different aspects. I think the biggest thing for me is that Dystopica has its own sound. The band itself doesn't really sound like other bands. It has its own thing, and that's not something you get a lot of times these days. A lot of people go to their certain subdivisions and they stay there. I think we like to break the rules a lot, and we go wherever we feel like we need to.
Absolutely, man, for sure. And Becky, Rob, when it came to Christian joining in the band, of course, you know, chemistry, camaraderie, the fact that you'll be traveling in the same like germ box, as I like to call it, as you guys move all over the country to play shows and things like that. You know, when it comes to bringing in a new member that you guys are going to have to, you know, work with on such a, lack of a better term, intimate way when it comes to band settings, what attracted you to what Christian brought to your band?
Honestly, the first time he played with us, I mean, he's amazing. It just having him as a drummer for the first rehearsal, it was just like we were blown away. He was just the missing piece to what this band needed.
Once he started playing, all I could think about was smooth sailing.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. No, 100%. And we're super duper stoked. You know, myself and Angel, you know, love that, hearing that everything is like, you know, has come together so well. And I'm going to kick it over to Angel because we have a new album to talk about. Isn't that right, Angel? Isn't that right, Dystopica?
Yes.
That is correct.
Yes, A Semblance of Order. Which I love that title.
Thank you.
So you guys have that out, and you guys are actually from Connecticut. The one thing that we've been noticing in the last year, is that the music scene in Connecticut has really been picking up. and also in that New England area, rock has really been coming back. So it's really good to see you guys rocking because we love to see the rock music scene alive everywhere we go. So just want to see if we can talk about the EP. How did the songs come together?
So usually, I mean, when I write all the songs, 'cause I'm the songwriter of the band. I usually will start with like a musical idea, vocal melody, or a guitar riff. Then I'll record myself playing it on keyboard so I remember it. Then I will write it out in sheet music later and then send it to everybody. But usually, like, I'll get all these different ideas for songs, like, randomly. So I save them and then I decide where I want to put them. So some of these songs, like a couple I thought of around the time we were writing the album Infinite Reflection. We were recording a couple of them, like, or actually one of them I thought of many years ago, or like, I guess not that long ago, but in 2020, I thought of like the Darkness and the Light. But I kind of had these songs saved, and then I decided which ones I thought would go together, and I feel like these all share a similar theme, so I put them together, and yeah.
And the one thing, oh, sorry about that. When I would turn on to, well, I usually listen to music on my way over home. So I was listening to the EP.
Awesome. Thank you.
Changing the screen thing, just to talk about some of the songs. Definitely want to talk about, sorry about that. I just don't want YouTube to cut us out because we played the song, because they're really sensitive about that. If they hear a couple seconds of it, they will mute us out.
They get mute friendly.
Man, just want to talk about My Sacrifice. Like, I love how fucking heavy it is. Like,
thank you. That song was one of the later ones that was written for the EP. I love that song. Basically, it's about the sacrifices like you make in life and having to choose. Like you only have one life. You have to choose how you want to live it. And yeah, so musically, when I originally wrote it, it was a lot crazier. We actually like toned it down a little bit when we were recording because it was like really prog, and it still is, but it's not like what it was originally. But yeah, that song, like originally I thought of the riffs and the verses of it, and then I was just writing it. I don't know, just kind of like it wrote itself. The music just came to me, and I love the like, I changed it at the end and had the scream and stuff, and yeah, it's one we're not playing live yet, but I would love to do it live. I don't know if anyone else wants to add anything about that.
I was gonna say one of the fun parts about recording it was each time that there's this one riff that comes back, and the wild part about it is that every time it came back, it actually got longer. So every few times that I had to do it, it was like, I was like, oh, look, there's 2 more measures. Oh, look, 2 more. And it just got longer and longer.
Every time it gets 1 more beat added to it.
Yeah, because so the way it is, like in the song, it's like 4/4, but then it goes to that part in 5/4. But 5/4. Yes, 5/4. Then it goes back to 4/4, but then it goes that one part changes from 5/4 to 6/4 the next time it comes around. Then it next time it comes around for the third time, changes to 7/4, stays there, and then goes somewhere else. Yeah.
So I'm just curious.
So that was record. So kind of just looking at the score and everything was really fun, actually. So
just curious to ask, did you save the earlier version of that song?
That song there wasn't. No. Well, I think I have it somewhere.
Yeah. I think I have this.
Yeah, we have the score for it. I have the music score. I have the score for it. I don't know if I have the recording. I think I have like a scratch recording. Yeah, that we did somewhere.
Right. Just because I know, as a music fan, you always, love hearing like some bands will do like an alternate version of a song and actually kind of put it away and then release it when it comes up time for like an anniversary or something like that.
Yeah, that actually maybe that's something we could do.
Maybe in the future, who knows?
Bonus track or something down the road is it's just always fun to do. Like, how do you guys know as a band? Okay, like, did anybody say, "Okay, guys, the song is finished, it's done"?
If you want to jump in, Becky, yeah.
I was gonna say, I mean, I did at the very end, but prior to that, yeah, like we were like going with like its original score, and we were just like the way it sounded. We kind of just figured that it just sounded a little weird, and our producer Nick Belmore, who's amazing, he thought it was a little odd. So I trust his opinion on it, and any critique he has to offer, we take it because he's amazing. So.
Yeah, just overall, it just lined up. Once we took it to the studio and then tried it there, and it just lined up a lot better with Nick after Nick's suggestions. So I feel like it made a little more sense to us.
Nice.
How does changing drummers affect the sound of the band, if there was any kind of change with that?
That's such a drummer question, Angel. I love it. That's such a question you would ask.
I got it. I'm here. So I would say coming into Dystopica and trying to fill the shoes, I knew that Dystopica had a sound going already for them. And as a drummer, I've been playing in bands my whole life. I've been tons and tons of projects. I feel like over time I've developed my own sound as well. So putting my own flair on these new tracks while also respecting the sound of what Dystopica is going for originally, it comes and becomes this great love child together.
I was going to say that in terms of tone, I would say it's the previous drummer, I would say Eric had his tone, I think, was closer to metalcore, punk, that kind of a thing, where his kit was a little bit, I guess, I'm not sure if I'm using the right terminology here, and shame on me because I'm a music teacher, but I think it has to do with also the kind of like the tuning of the heads and everything. So with Christian's, on the other hand, his tone makes me think of something closer to like Gene Hoglan, something. It just sounds boomier and bigger.
That's actually something that me and Nick have worked on from going into the studio multiple times at this point. We go in, he says, "Oh, you can change this and that. This is what I do." He's a drummer as well. He plays for Many Eyes, and he's done work with Dee Snider as well.
Nice.
So we go back and forth on drum talk, and overall, we're all shooting for the best sound and the best result at the end of the day. So anything that we can do together to make the best result, I'm all for.
I love the fact, Rob, that you brought up Gene, because I think he's absolutely amazing. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, I think he's easily probably one of the best drummers on the planet.
Yeah.
I feel one thing I will mention though, I think it's for me, when it comes to him being in Testament, I felt like I actually liked Paul Bostaff a little bit better, but I'm really sad that he left Fear Factory. Because in Fear Factory, he sounded literally like a machine.
Yeah.
Like the heaviest machine I have ever heard on the kit.
Mm-hmm. My thing is, like, I'm a big Testament nerd, and Gene is as much like, so I grew up on Testament, but when it came to finally getting to see them live, Gene was on the kit. So like, I've got a loyalty to Gene and Testament, just basically from a live perspective. But then of course, like, everything that Paul did was fantastic. I'm absolutely I'm a big John Tempesta fan, because I love White Zombie and I love Rob Zombie, and John went from, you know, White Zombie into Rob Zombie, and then also had a tenure in Testament as well with some albums that I really, really like. But from that live perspective of that, just like you described, that just kind of like boom sound that he's got, like I'm very loyal to Gene in Testament. And if I remember correctly, I think he's actually no longer with them at the moment. I think he's gone on to new opportunities and stuff like that.
He's back in Dark Angel now.
Oh, he's in Dark Angel now?
Yep, and they're actually, I think just this past week they were here in Norwalk.
Nice. So I'll definitely have to pull up Dark Angel's tour and see if they're coming to the area if I haven't missed them already. But not to get too far off topic, because I want to keep it on Dystopica, because Angel had his moment with his song, but I'm a This Curse guy. So I'd like you guys to take a second to talk a little bit about that song, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah. So that song we decided to release as the first single off the EP. That one I wrote like it was one of the, again, like not, it wasn't the latest one I wrote for that EP, but it was one of the later songs I wrote for this EP. I thought of the verse riff first and then the chorus and kind of built off of that. I love this song. It's actually, this and A Semblance of Order are my two favorites off this EP. This song's very special to me. I like the growling, like I love doing that, and the cleans and stuff. It's very fun to do live. And we released a music video for it, which we filmed in this like old Victorian type house. And yeah, that I love this song. I don't know if anyone else wants to share.
I would say the same. I think when it came to kind of like putting the solo together, because usually what ends up happening is I either end up going to the studio thinking, all right, maybe I should make it up on the spot, improvise a bit, or maybe this is something better written beforehand. And I thought to myself, I was like, I really wasn't sure what to put there. And I was like, you know what? If you've got, I figured, why not try something kind of like black metal-y, but also shreddy? Yeah. So I was like, you know what? That I think matches well with what's happening in the song. So I think that that works, and plus it looks even cooler in the video when you combine that, you know, the atmosphere, the environment that we're in. I don't know, it just makes perfect sense for it to be there. Yeah,
and I love the you know, I like doing music videos because it adds like another layer to the song. I feel like the meaning. This song's basically about breaking a cycle, breaking out of something that's weighing you down. Instead of running from it, you have to face it. And with the house, I thought it was so cool. Kind of matches the artwork of the EP a little bit, the Victorian style. It's kind of what we're going for. You know, I basically like kind of hopefully like seeing through the cutaways and like kind of telling a story like of like, I don't know, I close the door at the end, I'm walking through the house. It's like as Christian brought up, it's like kind of looks like a haunted house, and the song's called This Curse, so it fits very well.
Happy Halloween.
There you go.
Yes.
Happy Halloween indeed.
No, absolutely. When it comes to the way you were writing the song, Becky, as well as guys, when it came to your guys is also working on the music and the musicianship that ultimately became This Curse. When you were putting that song together, either both lyrically or also musically, was it giving you first single vibes, or was that something when you guys collectively were having the discussions on what should the single be? Did that one jump out that way, or did you already kind of know that song was going to be the one?
I think we already kind of knew.
I give full credit to Becky. She stood her ground on that one. I think a lot of us were feeling A Semblance of Order, the title track, as our first single to release, but Becky made the right choice. We went This Curse.
Yeah, I'm echoing Christian on this one. I think Becky made the right call. So.
Right. Yeah, so it was just me then. I thought that would be the best because, you know, I love Semblance of Order on the title track, which is actually A Semblance of Order. But anyway, I love that song, but I feel like this one has much more of a punch to it, And I feel like for our first single, like we really needed that punch. We needed something that really grabbed attention. That it was gonna not that was gonna stand out like just enough to grab attention. We have new music, as where the other one is great. I love that song, but it was like it just doesn't have that same punch with that the verse of this one has when it just like starts immediately. So
Absolutely. And before we kick back over to Angel, and you might have somewhat answered this already, but like, how did those conversations just kind of go when it came to like, you guys feeling semblance, her feeling cursed, but of course, when it comes to a band, communication is key. It's one of the most dominant, if not the most dominant factors of making a band successful and continuing on is that communication. How do you guys remember those conversations, especially with this not being a small EP of like 4 or 5 songs? This is a definitely a solid release of multiple songs that you guys gave your fans and everybody.
yeah.
But how did those conversations go when it came to what do we think the first song should be?
I think we were talking about it, and I don't know if anyone remembers that conversation, but
I mean, a lot of our conversations tend to happen at shows we're about to play.
yeah, you're right. That's very true. Yeah, it was
We love to hang out by the merch booth, and everybody loves. We hang out. We're very communal vibed. We love meeting the fans, taking photos, signing autographs, that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But it's a very collaborative effort here. We're just trying to, again, make the best result possible. And I appreciate Becky for opening the floor for us to have a medium to speak about what we're looking to do. And we can definitely, it's all open conversation all the time.
Yeah, and I take everybody's opinion. I always ask, and for this one though, I was very set on this being the first single. Once we recorded it and I heard it, I'm like, this is gonna be it. Yeah.
No,
and
absolutely.
Actually, fun fact: Obsession was actually a part of this curse. Like originally, I wrote it just one song, but because I wanted this curse to be the first single, we split it so that Obsession is its own thing. Because I don't want that that opening on the single. Like I just want to start right away with the song. So yeah, that's how it ended up with 7 tracks. It was supposed to be 6 originally.
Oh, well, there you go. Rockberto, thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. Thank you so much for showing Dystopica so much love as well. But there's your conversation right there with some Obsession talk to go along with this curse. Absolutely. Angel, let me kick it back up to you, my friend.
I got a question for you, Jay.
I got an answer for you, Angel.
Where the hell is Earlville, Maryland?
What's up?
Earlville, Maryland?
West.
How far is it from you?
I think it's about 2.5.
2.5 hours?
I'll have to double check. Maryland is strangely large, and people don't actually really understand that. So, like, so my buddy Arturo, who's the for the sake of just shamelessly plugging him because he's my homie and I love him. He's the former manager of Michael Graves, who most people might remember as the second singer for the Misfits. Lives in Hagerstown, and that's an hour and a half from me, which doesn't seem like it would be all that far. But Maryland, because of its, east to west ratio, is actually got some distance when it comes to that. But I think it's in the ballpark of 2.5, but I can also double check on that. Why do you ask?
Because there's a show coming up October 25th at the Club RYD.
Yeah.
Are really fucking lucky. Way.
That's gonna actually be my first time in Maryland, but it's our first time playing in Maryland. We're excited. It's a Halloween show. We're gonna play in costume.
Nice.
Where are you playing Halloween?
We're not playing on Halloween. That is like the Halloween show. I'm a big Halloween person, so I actually me and my family, like, we have our own Halloween thing. We do a haunted house in our garage and in the driveway, and people come over and it's like a party. So Yeah. And Halloween, I'll be home.
And man, y'all playing Todd's Place October 16th.
Actually,
yeah, Toad's
Toad's
Place.
Place.
The world
Yeah,
famous.
it's a like the most like well known or like historic like Connecticut venue here we have here that like Rolling Stones played there many years ago. You know, and Foo Fighters actually just recently played there. So you know, it's like, yeah, I love it there. The last show we did there was amazing, so I cannot wait to go back.
Actually, Angel, I just pulled it up on the fly. It's between an hour and a half from me.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not quite as far and stuff like that. But you guys are definitely going to have a good show because that show is being put on by my buddy Leon, and Leon loves his metal, so he'll take really good care of you guys.
Well, definitely pass along the word that we promoted the show.
Yes.
October 25th.
We'll definitely make sure to whore that show out for you guys on our behalf.
Heck yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll be sure to say hi too.
No, absolutely, for sure. But let's have a little bit of fun real quick because Metal Summoners, we definitely want you guys to be involved. So keep in mind that don't be shy. Put in any questions, comments, anything you want to ask Dystopia about what they've got going on and everything that they've got going on from tours to shows, as well as the new album. Make sure that you guys are pumping that in because we would really love to get your questions, your comments, just like Rockberto has been doing right now, you know, getting involved.
Thank you so much, Rockberto, for all your support. We really, really appreciate it.
But are you guys collectively, so Becky said that she is, are you guys collectively Halloween people? And what's your go-to Halloween movie considering it is October?
This is an easy answer for me. I am a huge Beetlejuice guy.
Oh, my man.
First and second, love it. My girlfriend, my birthday just passed. She got me the Beetlejuice Pop, Beetlejuice Bob. Absolutely love it.
Nice.
Favorite movie? Actually, we did a Halloween show last year, and I dressed up as Beetlejuice.
Oh, very, very cool.
So now this year, I got to figure out what to wear.
There you go. I do a side podcast as well that's all about horror movies as well, and and me and my co-host of that show were covering a horror con not that long ago, and Nick Kellington was there, who played Bob in Beetlejuice, and I had him sign my poster.
Oh, that's so cool.
Awesome.
Rob, Becky, how about you guys?
All right, well, let's see. It's interesting. Originally, it used to be Hellraiser for me. Because I even got, like, somewhere over here, I've got a little replica of the box. So, I don't know why. I just loved the whole concept of Pinhead. Oh, there it is. Yes.
Nice.
Does it open?
I love Hellraiser.
This one's not. It can. I have to figure it out. Something bad might happen on this show, but
I was gonna say mine does.
Mine does. It's one. The funny thing is me and my wife were messing with this the other day, trying to remember how to open this, and she was like, "I don't know if you want to do that." I'm like, I'm a dangerous kind of guy, so.
I did open it once, and I kind of got it. It actually got stuck, so I had to like I was trying to like put it back together, and it was like, it was something. It freaked me out for sure, though.
There it goes.
Yep, there it is. But yeah, nowadays I'm more of a Halloween guy, and that's probably because of the fact that I don't know. John Carpenter to me is a genius in two different worlds. One of them being film, the other being music. So
fair enough. Megan will love you for that, dude, because that's her franchise, man. That is her top tier, no holds barred #1. Like her little triangle of horror movies is Halloween, Jaws, and Saw. Like that's her world. Those are her franchises that she's very, very passionate about. In fact, we've been taking her big Halloween poster. We've been taking it to various cons to get like people from the actors from the franchise in it. And we just added Thomas Ian Nichol, who most people know from either Rookie of the Year or or like a Kid in King Arthur's Court, or American.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
Yep, or American Pie. He was Tara
Yes.
Reid's boyfriend in American Pie, but he was
Yep.
in Halloween Resurrection, and we just added him to her poster.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, wasn't he? Wasn't he the guy? Oh gosh, wasn't he the guy? Not. It wasn't Ryan Merriman. That was the other one. But
Yeah, he played his character's name was Bill. It was the movie with Busta Rhymes.
yeah, but I'm saying like there was the scene where they're all behind the computer telling
Yes.
them, that. Was he in that scene with Ryan Merriman as well? Because that was another guy from that era.
I think he was, because that whole
Another
movie was
actor.
based around turning the Michael Myers house into like the real world. It was like really weird. It was like a reality TV
Yeah,
show.
pretty much.
I got a
So-
fun fact for you. I went to school with Busta Rhymes' kids.
Did you
And I
really?
just did a kid in a talent show one time.
Oh my god, that's awesome!
What?
Learning something new every day.
Wow. That's
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
And how about yourself, there, Becky?
I love Halloween. I'd say my favorite horror movie actually is the first Alien. But I don't really watch like I guess around Halloween that much, but I do love that movie. I'd say that's my favorite. It's hard to say. I watch like so many horror movies and like scary movies. I just like I don't know. It's hard to pick favorites, but I will say I like Rob. Halloween is like my favorite to watch on Halloween and around Halloween. I love that movie. I love Michael Myers. Yeah,
Nice. That's
the
awesome.
original one is the best.
Absolutely. Oh no, 100%. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to like horror movies, like
Like they make all these sequels and it's just
oh yeah,
it just goes on and on, but the originals are always the best.
it really is 100%. Like I'm a big Hellraiser fan. The first horror tattoo I ever got was Jason Voorhees. I've always been a big Friday the 13th fan. I'm also a big fan of like demonology type movies. Like I love the whole Conjuring universe. I'm a big fan of the Conjuring universe. I'm kind of protective over it. I didn't get a chance to get out to theaters to see the last Conjuring movie.
Okay, I saw it. Yeah.
I'll definitely get out to see it. I mean, I've heard
I love that stuff.
I've heard people's opinions. I respect it. I understand people's opinions of it. As franchises kind of like keep going, they tend to get a little weaker. But I'll see the movie, at my leisure, when I'm able. But between the universe as a whole, between, Conjuring, Annabelle, Curse of La Llorona, all of that stuff, like I'm big into that. I personally like the Insidious movies quite a bit. Megan thinks they're
Oh yes! Oh my gosh! Yes, I
Those are
love
excellent.
the first Insidious. I love it so much. I love that
The
movie.
first one
I forgot about
scared
that
me
movie.
so much. I was like, wow. I didn't think a movie I didn't think there was anything that could terrify me in recent years, and that was a big surprise.
Oh,
Plus,
Yeah.
that soundtrack was another shock because a bunch of that was recycled from The Exorcist.
Well,
Oh, I didn't
was
know
like-
that.
that
Oh,
was going
wow.
to be my main thing, is like, but ultimately that's my horror movie of choice. Like if I have to be like, that's my favorite horror movie overall, is probably The Exorcist. I mean, it's just as good now as it ever was.
100%. I read the book too, and honestly, the original movie is pretty much exactly the way the book was written. It's almost like everything is exactly where it is.
Yeah.
In the
My
book.
favorite movie in all of film and all of cinema is A Clockwork Orange. That's my absolute favorite movie.
Oh, that's a great one.
I think they did a really excellent job interpreting it from a book to a movie, which is incredibly hard to do. But ultimately, I think they did a good job. The only thing that I'm semi-disappointed about, and that's only because I'm also a big fan of the book, is that they based the movie off of the English, like the American version of the book, which is actually missing the last chapter of the original book, which of course was published in England, where Alex, sorry guys, spoiler alert, but you guys had 40 years to figure this out, was the fact that Alex, of course, just like the movie ended, for people that are familiar with it, went back to his old ways, kind of became a shitbag. But the way the last chapter of the movie is, he basically grows out of it. He basically decides that life is just no longer for him and just kind of wants to like leave all of that behind and stuff. But personally, I like the way that the movie ended based off the American version. I think it works. It's fun.
Absolutely.
But also, speaking of things that are fun and people that are fun, we're going to kick it back up to Angel. But also, with that being said, Metal Summoners, we appreciate you guys so much. But it is going to be last call for alcohol. We want to let you guys know that it is going to be any final questions, comments, or anything you want to let the band know about what they've got going on versus what you're curious to hear about. So I'm just giving you guys, of course, your final warning, ringing the bell at the bar. It is last call for alcohol for final questions to the band, but we're going to rock out with them for a few more minutes because, of course, they're alumni, they're family, and we love them to death. We definitely want to make sure that you guys hear everything they have to say about the album and what's coming on for future shows. Right up to you, Angel.
I got a question for Christian because this question has been on my mind all day. You had me fooled because you sounded like you was playing double bass on the drums, but you don't play single bass. Like, damn, how did you pull that off?
So I play single bass drum with a double pedal. The secrets are out.
Yeah.
I personally like. I have two bass drums. I personally like the sound and feel of a single kick.
Right.
I think I get better consistency of each stroke, and as you can tell on the album, I mean, he mixes it great. Every kick drum sounds the same. It's just kicking.
Because I went back and I listened to the songs again because I'm like, he just only does single bass. How the hell does he sound like he's playing double bass? I thought I was hearing things. So you have to be going back and listening, which is a good thing. But
yeah, I wouldn't say I use double bass as a crutch, but I definitely miss it if I didn't have it.
It sounds fucking awesome, your drumming. Just want to commend you on that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, because you had me fooled thinking you was doing double bass.
He's doing double bass.
Maybe someday in the future we'll get two kick drums out there. It'll look freaking metal.
You have two behind you, so we could.
I got one hidden in the corner back there. I got this big behemoth I might take on tour at some point.
Yeah.
That's your father's kit, though, isn't it?
That's my father's kit. My father played for, his name's Cato Perugini. He played for the Good Rats and Teaser back in the 80s. And then he went on tour with Brittany Fox for a stint there.
Oh, nice.
But plenty of names, great times. He's taught me everything I know, and I went above and beyond that.
That's
love
awesome.
him to death.
It comes a little bit full circle. We've had some members of Brittany Fox on this show. That's awesome, man.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, definitely got a question.
All right. Machine, that was actually a song that really set the tone for this EP. That was the one that I decided like the direction that I wanted to go with what else is going to be on the EP. I was inspired to write that song actually right after I finished writing Insidious Onset, which is one of my all-time favorite Dystopica songs. I love that song. That was on our EP, our album, Infinite Reflection. And that was the last song I wrote for the album. And that song it's very special to me. And I remember like right after I finished it, I finished writing the lyrics, music, everything. That night, I just like immediately thought of Machine. I don't know if my mind needed like an escape or something, but I immediately thought of the chorus and the verses, like musically, a little bit lyrically of Machine. And it was a different sound. I thought like for us it's punchier, but I thought like, this is a good song for the EP that we're going to be doing next. And it's kind of like it set the whole tone of what else is going to be on this EP. Yeah,
I would say that was the hardest song to record and play.
I hear you on that, but I would say,
for Rob, it wasn't that hard for like guitar. It's harder for Christian.
For me, it wasn't that hard. Like, for
I've had other
Christian,
challenges on other songs, but Christian, yeah.
5
Yeah.
minutes of 220 metal.
I do love that. I do love that song too. I mean, mostly because, like I said, I'm a huge Fear Factory fan. So listening to that song reminded me a lot of like a Fear Factory tune. And when it came to the solo, I was like, you know, I also thought of Dino Cazares' other band, Divine Heresy, and I was thinking of there was a song Impossible is Nothing, which is my favorite from that album Bleed the Fifth, and that particular solo, I was like, you know what? Why don't I try something that sounds like that? Because that's a really cool solo. That's a really cool one. So, and I think it'll match really well with this. So that was my inspiration for writing that particular solo.
Nice.
Yeah, that song definitely, like, I love it. It's actually our shortest original. Like, we have like the intro song, like Obsession, but when it comes to like an actual full song, that's definitely our shortest. It's like not even 3 minutes. Usually our songs like around 5. Yeah, it's fast song, but it's fast paced and punchy. It's fun.
I definitely got to commend the band because the sequence of the album, everything rocks. Obsession rocks. This Curse, Machine, Soul Suppression, A Semblance of Order, and then I'm thinking, great, it's gonna be another rocker. And you throw the song "The Darkness and the Light," which I love. I love that song, but it just kind of threw me for a surprise because I was expecting like another rocker because of the sequence of everything being a rocker. Just so we could talk about the inspiration, how that song came together.
Yeah, that song was the one I thought of back in like around 2020. It was an old song idea that I had sitting. I originally wrote that song for myself to sing and play just on keyboard, and then I had it saved, and I was thinking like I want to make this a song for us to do, and I like to keep like one. Oh, like I only want one slower song on like a EP or album, so this was gonna be the slow one. And yeah, I added to it. So I left my keyboard part, which I play on it, in the song. I left the original vocal melody I wrote, and then I added like the like riffs and guitars and drums in there. I wrote it in the score to like make it into a Dystopica song, so it's not, and I added my harmonies and stuff and the lyrics, and yeah, that song definitely came a long way from what it originally was.
Is that like the song on the album? Because wow, I mean, the way it just came. I mean, I didn't know that song was written back then, but
I wrote it back then, but I didn't do anything with it. It was just sitting on my computer.
Does that happen to you as a songwriter where you have? I mean, I guess
we have songs even older than that sitting. I have songs from even before this band was like really even like a band. I mean, actually, yeah. I mean, some of these songs are old. Some of them came from like this one. I came from around the time that I was writing like the Perception EP. So that's where this one came from. Although again, we didn't put it on Perception or anything, but I had it saved. Yeah, I have several other ones I wrote during that time that they're gonna come out eventually. But yeah, so sometimes I feel like I'll have an idea, but it doesn't fit the album or EP we're doing, or like if there's a song that's like back when we did Perception, I would think of like some of the later songs we released, and if like they were like I felt like we weren't ready to do them, and then when I actually put them on Infinite Reflection. So some of those songs were written back then. So I have a lot of material just sitting around, and I'm always thinking of more. So yeah.
Something wrong with it.
No.
That's how
it's
you
good to have extra.
No, say that there's nothing wrong with that. That's how you get better as a writer.
Yes.
I know that I definitely want to put you in touch with Josh Pinillo. He's a promoter in Worcester, Massachusetts. He's always booking shows. And
Yeah,
he
we
had-
actually played a show of his at Charlie Bravo's.
oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah, he's got the festival June 20th that he's putting together.
Nice.
I'm not going to say the name, but somebody's going to be hosting. I'm not going to say who. The Metal Summit. There you go.
Oh, nice.
Oh, geez, Angel, you should get that cough checked.
Yeah, I had a doctor tell me that.
No, that's awesome. Hey, we got a fun one that popped up for Brian here, and we do love our Brian questions.
Yeah, thanks for not asking me to
No.
do Jay.
Each member.
All right, who wants to go first?
All right. So let's see. All right. So I am going to compliment Becky first. I will say that for the style of music and what we play, I am very impressed that she still has a voice to talk with even after we're all done doing our thing.
Nice.
She can still talk afterwards. And to me, that I never understand it. I always wonder, how do you do it without like completely just losing your voice? Because after one day of teaching, my voice is gone. So I'm always impressed. And with Christian, I gotta say he reminds me of a drummer I used to work with back in New York, and so it's great to have that. It's great to have that really stable and heavy feeling again after a while of not being in New York. Because I actually moved here a couple years ago from Poughkeepsie, so I live here now because my job is in Bridgeport. So.
All right. Well, thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Rob.
Rob, you're amazing. You're an amazing guitarist. And, Rob, you've been in this band from the very beginning and really, shaped the sound and you're just beyond awesome. So love working with you. And Christian, you're also amazing. You're an amazing drummer and are really were the missing piece that this band needed. And now we are just like, we are stronger than ever, and the music is as strong as it's ever been. So yeah.
Why, thank you so much. I'm gonna start with Rob. Rob, your solo writing abilities always astound me. We have some really great stuff coming up in the future. We have some great stuff that's out right now. Go listen to them. Go listen to those guitar solos. They are ripping. It is really sick. And Becky, one of these days you got to show off your vocal warm up, because if Becky does this vocal warm up every day before our rehearsal, and it's something she pre-recorded herself that she sings along to, and just the end bit of the vocal warm up, she does her lowest growls and then she does her highest notes, and it always astounds me how large her range is and how she can jump from doing the growling over to the operatic classical stuff, and again, at the end of the day, completely be able to talk right after a show. No problems with their voice. Always crushing it.
Thank you
So
so
both of you,
much.
amazing.
Thank you.
Thank
Maybe
you,
I
Christian.
should make a video that warm up. I have this one warm up I do before rehearsals, before we do live, and it's basically just a regular vocal warm up. I warm up one note higher than my highest note and one note lower than my lowest note. Usually, like before a gig. Usually I try to hit E6 every time. That's my high. I can hit like higher than that. I can hit like F6 sharp. Then it starts getting a little weird. But like I'm a Gemini. I have the F6 in there, but that's not like, we don't always do that, thankfully. But I always warm up like E6 down like to E3 and sometimes lower. But yeah, I do like a normal like classical, because I'm a classically trained singer, so I start like with all that classical type warm up, then I do like something for false chords. So I'll do like the growls and the just distorted like gritty singing and the screaming and yeah, it's yeah.
Nice. Well, no, Rich, we got you covered, buddy. We're not skipping anything. We've been talking about the Halloween show, but we're going to revisit because Rich Wilson would like to know, will we be seeing any live Dystopica full headlining shows?
Okay. Well, we did the release show, which Rich was at, which was awesome. But I mean, we're working on more. Yeah. We're going to have more headlining shows.
Yeah, when you play at Todd's Place next time, I definitely got to come there because my aunt lives not too far from
Toad's Place?
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, we're
because I have a free place to stay, you know.
Okay. Are you able to be there on the 16th?
I'm gonna try to.
All right. If you go, we got passes, so be sure to meet us. We got passes, so it's only $7.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, it's not. That's pretty good for a show.
You know what? I could use some dinner at my aunt's house before the show. No. Hey, it's
That
free.
sounds good.
Hey.
And it looks like we got one more from our buddy Brian. Angel, you know how Brian does it, so go ahead. Go ahead, Dystopica. What's the closest you've ever come to death?
This week,
Kristen, I think you should go first on this one.
So
Who's going? Oh, sorry.
I can go first.
Okay.
This week, I'm
not surprised.
An electrician by trade. I've been doing electrical since I was 12, doing summers, and then when I turned 18, I went full time for electrical. Since then, I've been in. I took a couple years off from school to work, and then I went. I'm in college now to be a physical educator, teaching a school. It'd be cool. But this week, I went and helped my dad do some work, and I slipped on a live breaker and touched the bus bar in the back of the panel, and a pretty rough 240 shock. It knocked me back, came all the way up into my chest. Yeah, that was a rough one. Especially we had rehearsal the next couple of days, and I was feeling it a bit. But we're all right now. Everything's good. We're gonna be kicking ass at Toad's Place. I'm playing 2 sets, not just one. We're playing 2. My other band is I'm in a Deftones tribute as well. We'll be playing upstairs. Then I have a 15-minute break, and we're killing with Dystopica. It's gonna be great on the main stage.
Nice.
Let's see you do that, Tommy Lee. Let's see you do something electrifying like that.
It was electrifying, all right.
Shocker.
Okay.
All right, so I guess the closest I came to death was, let's see, it was probably also one time that I got electrocuted. I actually, oh my gosh! So I had a, I guess you know the 3-prong, the 3-prong part of the cable where you hook into a power strip. So I guess the power strip happened to be a little bit thinner because for some reason the outside of that one of the prongs was sticking out from the outside of the power strip. So when I went to touch it, all of a sudden I just felt this thing travel up my arm, and I was just like what is this?
Damn, kickstart my heart.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
And then the other one was the time the time I had food poisoning.
Oh.
Like it started at 4 a.m, and it just kept going I kept throwing up until like 7 p.m. I had the only way I could stop it was to go to the ER and for them to pump me full of stuff.
Yeah, I guess the closest I came, I mean, there's a few times I can think of, but I'll go with the one when I was like a kid. I used to get pneumonia a lot, and one time I got it really bad, and I almost had to be hospitalized, but I recovered. So, yay!
Recovery.
You know, the crazy thing about a near-death experience is it just brings you back to life. You know, life is short. We're all living. We're playing live music and we're having a great time. And that's really what life is about.
Absolutely, for sure. With all these electrical currents flowing through the veins of Dystopica, Brian says it sounds like you guys need to go acoustic.
We've done it before.
Yeah, nice.
There actually, I don't know if the video is still up, but that was
It's
like
still up. So yeah, we have a very, very old 2020 Dystopica. We have a video of the very early version of our song Trapped, and we were playing it acoustic, but it's like the demo version, so it's not even like the actual version that's on the EP. The form of the song's a little different, and it's up there. It's just me and Rob. It's an acoustic Trapped. Yeah.
And it was during COVID, so I had a mask, and I'm wearing a Beavis and Butthead shirt.
Oh, that's how we know it's you. No, absolutely, for sure. Well, Dystopica, as always, we can't appreciate you guys so much, for hanging out with us this evening. But Angel, is there anything final from yourself, my friend, before we let them plug and then give them back their evening?
Get your ass to Todd's place next Thursday night.
There you go. That's what Angel has to say, and there it shall be written.
There it's written, there it's done.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like he said, Toad's Place, October 16th, Thursday, coming up quick. It's going to be a great time. We got a great load of music coming for you. It's going to be awesome.
Be there. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. And
playing
of course,
these new songs live.
Absolutely. Got to play all of the stuff off the new EP, some of the fun stuff. Bring anybody that's unfamiliar with Dystopica up to speed on the current, on the past, and everything in between. But for anybody that wants to get up to speed before coming to see you guys live, of course, please let everybody know where Dystopica can be found.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, which is where we post about all our upcoming shows. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, where you can stream our music there. We have all our merch on Bandcamp, and we also are on Bands in Town if you want to keep track of where we're playing as well.
Look up the name. DYSTOPICA_band everywhere. Like Becky said, stream the music. Check out the
type
YouTube.
in the name and you'll find it.
Absolutely. No, 100%. Well, of course, friends, family, we can't appreciate you guys enough for giving us some of your evening to talk about your EP and all of the fun stuff that's going on with the Dystopica camp when it comes to the new EP and everything in between. The biggest thing, of course, that's always the most valuable to myself and Angel is how you guys felt about your evening tonight. That you enjoyed yourselves, you felt respected, and that you liked the questions that were asked. And in any way, shape, or form, you felt that this interview will be able to better and, be able to help, Dystopica's continued success.
It was a great time chatting with y'all. Thank you so much for having us. We're so happy to be here.
An absolute pleasure. Reach out to us anytime you need anything. Of course, Angel, anything final from yourself, my good sir?
Yeah, if you come to the show next Thursday and you recognize me, you'll get a free beer. How's that?
There you go. Absolutely.
Does that mean if I recognize you, I get a free beer?
Of course, Chris, you're the drummer.
Yeah.
Woo! No offense to the band.
Angel, is that going to be with or without the cowboy hat and leather pants?
I'll bring the cowboy hat and the leather pants because I'm single, dude.
All
right.
There we go.
Ready to mingle. Absolutely. Metal Summoners, thank you guys so much. You heard them let you guys know right there. Becky made it loud and clear and loud and proud where everything can be found when it comes to Dystopica. Make sure that you guys are checking them out on all their socials, following everything they're doing, and most importantly, getting out to their live shows, supporting the band, getting out there and doing anything that you can to allow them to continue to bring us more music and travel out to get their music heard on a much broader spectrum. So make sure you guys are following on everything that Dystopica is doing for everything that they've got coming up in the future. When it comes to the Metal Summit, of course, we love and appreciate you guys as well. You can follow us for the Metal Summit on both Facebook and on YouTube. Those are always our power pages for when it comes to us doing our interviews and you watching them right now live and hearing everything that Dystopica has been telling you guys. But if you like knowing what we've got coming up for the current as well as the future, the Instagram page for the Metal Summit is always a great one for you guys to follow, because all of our guest announcements and all of our announcements in general do come out there first. When it comes to Angel, you can follow him at Angel Alamo 78 on Instagram, and he can also be found on Facebook. When it comes to myself, you can find me at Salem.vampire on Instagram. You can also find me under that moniker as well on Facebook. And of course, our beloved Psycho Steve, who works behind the scenes, you can follow him on his website at psychostevepresents.com, but he can also be found at The Real Psycho Steve on Instagram as well. And we appreciate you guys so much. As always, make sure that you're following everything that we're doing, but most importantly, follow everything that Dystopica is doing, because we really appreciate their time this evening. Be good. Enjoy yourselves. Take care of each other. We will see you guys in less than 24 hours, and we will be back on our regular scheduled time. We will do our next interview tomorrow. And you guys have seen the announcements. We're going to have Steve Haley joining us from the band Trash Light Vision. But tonight was all about Dystopica. We appreciate every bit that they've given us and everything coming up for them. Congratulations as well on the new EP, guys. Have a great time at the Halloween show as well as the show on Thursday. It's going to be a great time. Thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for having us. It's always a pleasure.